All right, it's media day, and we're joined by Coach Leisz of Bellaire Episcopal. Coach, we're about ready to start another SBC season. I may have jumped the gun there. We got 4 months before we start another season, but it's never too early in Texas to talk high school football. So, after playing in the championship game and falling short, talk about what you guys are looking for during the spring to get ready for yet another season.
Really, it's just to stay focused because we were very junior heavy last year. With some good sophomores sprinkled in there as well, and even a freshman. So we got to stay locked in for this year. And it was Kincaid played well, and we made a couple mistakes that hurt us. We had a couple fumbles, that dropped fourth down ball, interception. It was one of those nights that we played football and things just didn't go well for us. And for us just to stay locked in mentally and just to get our bodies right. And we're really, we're a month and a half away. May 1st, we got to get back on the fields and prepare for next year.
One of the things you got to be excited about is Carson coming back, Carson Gordon. Boy, he really showed us some stuff this past year, and just to be able to build on that for his senior season. Talk about how excited you are for Carson to be behind center again.
Yeah, so from where he is right now compared to we were at the end of the year is night and day. Coming in, first year in the offense, getting to know the school, just an incredible young man. And his arm strength physically he's matured. His arm has gotten stronger. He loves to talk football. He understands what we're doing. He can go out there and call the plays now. He's ready to go. This will be a fun year for him, just to kind of take it to another level.
What you talk about a month and a half away from getting started on some stuff. Talk about what position, what area of the field you're really looking at for somebody to kind of step up during the off season to fill in some roles that you may need.
So, offensively, we lost a lot of our receivers, but we have some incredible young talent stepping in, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do. This offseason they've been throwing, and they look great on the field right now. So this will be fun to watch that group grow. We didn't lose much, from last year. So really the receiver core, Jackson Renucci, as he'll be that senior in that bunch, and he'll have to be the leader. And he's doing a great job right now getting these young guys up to shape.
We talked a lot about last year, and last year you're 7-3, but your 3 losses, obviously one was the championship game, one was the Episcopal School Dallas game, which we probably don't need to discuss too much more, and then the Paris Episcopal game, and they beat a lot of teams last year, and they put on their resume, hey, we beat UIL state championship teams and lost to a few, but you guys only lost to them by 7 points. You were in that thing for the whole game. Talk about how much momentum that kind of gave you, not only for that year, but to know that, hey, these juniors are coming back to be seniors, and we can compete with the best in this state.
Yeah, so we don't hide from anybody, and we'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere, and we're very upfront about that. We had the ball. It was 17-all late in the fourth quarter. We had the ball down at the 1, and we had a 15-yard penalty on us, and then we end up missing the field goal. They take the ball, go down and score at the end to win the game 24-17. So that was just a tremendous game. Both teams played hard. Just both defenses stepped up. It was incredibly physical, and I'm just so proud about how we showed up that night. I think they just came off of an Alito win, and our kids didn't faze them. And we just want to play football, and our kids know that they can play. They're just the history of our program and what we've put in college football. If you're playing at Episcopal High School, then you're ready. You want to play college football, and you don't care who we're playing. And so us playing Paris shows, hey, I can play at this level and I can play at the next level. And that's why we put those games on the schedule.
And you also got to kind of put them on there for your SPC season. It's 4 games, and you guys can get through your games and make it to the playoffs. And in UIL, they're like, oh, that's all right. The first 4 make it, and then we start doing no, it's the first 2, and the playoffs are the very next game. Talk about how intense that SPC season is and how every game means so much.
Yeah, because you lose a game, every game in the SPC is a playoff. And so when we talked about that ESD, what happened in Dallas last year, that put us against the 8 ball. We were 0-1 to start. and we couldn't take a step back, or we're not in the championship. So every week is a playoff game. It's disappointing that we don't have more teams in the conference that way. You know, our 3A has you know, double the size, you know, conference wise, and there's a few teams probably in 3A that need to be in 4A. That'll happen probably in the next cycle next year. But right now, every week that we step up, and it's all, you know, with St. John's, Kincaid, ESD, and St. Mark's every week, and you could be on the road to Dallas. You could be crosstown rival, but every week is a playoff game.
Talk about, I guess we'll end on this. We will talk about this ESD game, because that's the kind of game that could break a team. You know, you lose a game like that where everything seemed to be stacked against you. You keep fighting back, and then it ends the way it did. But your team still fought and found their way into the championship game. Talk about how their perseverance, they got through a game where you got to feel like I don't want to say you were cheated, but you feel like you were, you know, everything was stacked against you and you still found a way.
Yeah. And so that really was, we were allowed to come back that Monday and really talk about it. And it really talked about life and what life throws at you. And sometimes you can't control some of these variables, but you control what you can control. And so we really did, as we called it, a business trip now. So now every week's a business trip. Get locked in at practice, it's a business trip. Get locked in, this game's a business trip. We got to go. And so we played our very best game that following week after ESD. And our kids were so locked in that they didn't want it to be close where anything could happen. And because we looked at the game and said, okay, take the officials out of the equation, guys. If we don't do this, this, and this, we win the game. And so that's why we never want to blame games and losses on officials, because we always want to throw it back on us and say, but if we do this, this, and this, it doesn't matter. It's not an issue. So that's why that's kind of what we talked about, and that's how we went forward on it.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us, Coach, and good luck 4 months from now.
You got it. Appreciate that. Thanks, Ward.